Yeah, that's better. You can get it. Marvelous.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the channel, y'all. And look. I'm gonna be 100% with y'all. I think we need an emergency ban list for the OP11 meta.
Help! Stop! Please, it's an emergency!
Look, we're gonna be going over all of the topping decks so far with this OP11 meta update. Over 818 tournament results have been calculated ever since OP11 has even came out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. But before we start, I'm going to show you another BY Luffy clip that I actually forgot to show. So I'm going to show this real quick and then we're going to hop into the actual meta breakdown because this shit's crazy. We need an emergency ban list. So welcome back, and as you guys can see, OP11 meta update, 818 tournament results counted, gang. I mean, like I said, it's my man, that Asian bear, man's hella shice. I mean, if you guys don't know anything about these point system, he goes over it briefly, but if you guys really want a deep breakdown of how he, you know, gets all these points or whatever the case may be, I have a thumbnail on the screen that actually has a big breakdown of, you know, how these point system works. Look, we're not going to waste any time. Go ahead and look at our last video we had on the channel, breaking this all down with the OP09 or OP10, one of those formats. Just go ahead and take a look at that. But without further ado, as you guys can see, the OP11 meta update, 818 tournament results calculated. Let's go ahead and zoom in because, to be honest with you, this shit is so zoomed out. Let's go ahead and look at 300. Okay, 300. So we have the Asian bear, like I said, OP11 meta update, 818 tournaments. So it's counted. Yeah, so this is a crazy meta. It's not necessarily crazy. This is just a tier 0 format. So this is the best deck in the format, y'all. We have blue, purple, Monkey D. Luffy sitting at 508 points. 508 points. The second deck right below that is green, purple, Monkey D. Luffy sitting at 228 points. Pretty much being our second best deck. So this actually looks like a tier 0 format. I mean, outside of this green, purple, Monkey D. Luffy, everybody else's bitch is getting fucked on a daily by blue, purple, Monkey D. Luffy. This is great. I think we actually might need an emergency ban list. Even everybody in the East, currently, from the people I've talked to, said we need an emergency ban list because there's no way to really nerf any type of support. It's just this leader ability is that damn broken. Fact, not an opinion. And it's actually shown with this, with how many points? 508. Man, I can't even hold y'all. This is a tier 0 format if I ever seen one, and this is how I'm telling you that Gecko Moria ban literally made no sense. The Ice Age ban none of these bans made sense because this is a tier 0 format. If they really cared about balance, they would have hit something in purple, but they didn't. They hit the black shit in the West to sell the product.
Trash!
Would you say it's time for everyone to panic? Yes, I would, Ken.
And this proves it. We're in a tier 0 format, OP11. If you guys are thinking about playing this leader by the time we get it, I guarantee this will not be around by the time we get this shit. Fact, not an opinion. So the third best deck is Black Marshall D. Teach. Like I said, if you guys been watching or paying attention to everything, I've been telling you guys, Marshall D. Teach is the third best deck. Fact, not an opinion. 108 points, 108 points. Fourth best deck is Zoro, sitting at 106. The only reason why this deck is fourth is just because of the dominance of this. So if you're at a tournament, everybody's bringing this, so you bring Zoro, you're gonna have a good time. Hella shice. I mean, out of all the other red, actually we have another red deck, red, yellow, Bello Betty, 95 points. So these are pretty much the same exact usage rate for winnings. Okay. Red, green, smoker. I said this was like the fourth best deck, but I guess I was wrong on that. But nonetheless, it is in the top 10. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the sixth best deck. Seventh best deck is green jewelry body, sitting at 65 point. 8th best deck is Blue Doflamingo, and this is before the ban list. So just make sure you guys know that this is before the ban list. So make sure you guys keep note of this. So that both of these decks are definitely going to drop. Same thing with Black Rob Lucci. This is before the ban list. So this is with the geckos. This is with everything else. And then the last, I think this is the 10th best deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so the 10th best deck is Red Blue Marco. Very surprising. Very surprising, sitting at 35 points. So this is your top 10 best decks. Luffy, Teach, Zoro, Betty, Smoker, Bonnie, Doflamingo, Lucci, Marco. But I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all. These 2 decks, they can be dropped down. So I'm not even going to count these 2. I'm not going to count these 2, which means this is the 8th best deck. This is the 9th best deck. Purple Charlotte Katakuri is the 9th best deck, sitting at 34 points. And the 10th best deck after the ban list is Blue Yellow Nami, sitting at 28 points. Actually insane. I'm surprised this isn't gone up. I remember everybody saying this is going to be the most broken leader of all time. But I guess all these other decks really don't even matter. 508. I mean, we're going to go over every single deck, but to be honest with you guys, none of these other decks fucking mean shit when fucking over 60% of the pie is fucking this one deck. This is a tier 0 format. This is a tier 0 format. Next deck, we have Řejuventsmoke. We have Kobe. We have Green Yellow Law showing up. Let's go ahead and keep on going. We have Purple Yellow Charlotte Pudding. We have Voldemort, Enel, Shanks, Green Yellow Yamato. We have Purple Monkey D. Luffy, Black Smoker, BY Luffy, Monkey D. Luffy. I thought this deck was so broken with Gakamori. What happened to that? Huh? What happened to that? Oh, it's so broken. Well, it's so broken. Why does it only have 13? 13? I mean, that's my favorite number, but goddamn. Black Echo Moria, Green Yellow Arlong, Yellow Shatakuri, Green Jinbei, Red Monkey D. Luffy, Gear 5. And then, like I said, all these other decks really don't mean nothing. I mean, this is like out of a tournament, you might maybe see this or maybe not even see it at all. After that, we have Red Purple Monkey D. Luffy, Red Green Kazuki Odin. Okay, that's from EBO1. We have Red Green Trafalgar D. Law, one of the premier red decks back in the day. Yellow Eustace Kid, Green Yellow Shirahoshi showing up, impressive. Yellow Dr. Vegapunk, Red Green Tony Chopper, Blue Purple Hannibal, he did have 1 win. Red Purple Eustace Captain Kid showing up. Red Black Monkey D. Garp. So we have a lot of, even Vivi showing up. Vivi is actually showing up, and I'm not talking about the YouTuber. Green Blue Rosante actually showed up. Hody Jones showing up. Purple Foxy, Calgera Kid, Hancock Lim, Sugar, Red Sanji, and Red Monkey D. Luffy, Yamato, Green, Blue, Zoro, and Sanji. And the last deck we have is Red Yellow Sabo. So you know what's crazy? Is that if we actually take a scroll all the way up, let's just take a scroll all the way up here. Okay, let's just take a scroll all the way up. And then actually, let's take a scroll all the way down since motherfuckers don't understand what I'm about to do. You know, I'm looking through all these decks and everybody's saying Blue Black Usopp is so crazy. It's so crazy, running the streets, fucking everybody's hoe Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And apparently, Blue Black Usopp hasn't even won shit. Blue and Black Usopp is just turned into the card shop owner at this point, gang. Blue and Black Usopp and wait, is Shanks in here? Wait, hold on. Is Shanks in here? Okay, Red Shanks right here. Okay, yeah, Red Shanks right here. But Blue Black Usopp is not even on the list.
Hell no! Trash ass nigga.
This is embarrassing. I don't want anybody telling me this deck Blue Black Usopp shice. That shit is trash, like I've been saying. He's gonna explain the tournament results or the point system. Let's go ahead and zoom out here real quick. Let's go ahead and see what the comments. Won't be surprised if Bandai RP logged UP Luffy sooner or later. Just in time for the West to never play it, my guess. See, that's what I'm saying. People are already assuming UP Luffy, it's Jover. It's Jover. It's actually really truly just Jover. Do y'all not see these? Y'all not 508? This is a tier 0 format. Tier 0 format. Fact, not an opinion. Let's keep on going. No, we'll get 1 to 2 months then ban hammer. I don't think that's the case. So let's go ahead and continue. Love your list of data collection. Can I ask for Kobe which build seems to be more popular on Navy or Sword? It seems like this is the more popular Navy build or proper build for Kobe that they're opting out to use. So if you guys are a Kobe fan, this is what they're running at the moment. So that's what they're running at the moment. Slightly different ratios on things like girls and some are running the Burvey blocker guy. So it seems like this is the, you know, the staple cookie cutter list everybody's running. Let's go ahead and look at a couple more, you know, a couple more opinions of what's going on. Wow, this meta looks miserable. Really hoping Bandai owns up on this one and takes action ahead of 11's Western, please. That's what I'm saying. Kind of new. Why is it miserable? It's miserable because it's a tier 0 format, obviously. Let's keep on going. Not a single Usopp. It's surprising. I told you the deck is trash. Do you have any Shanks list by chance? Here's a Shanks list if you guys want to take a look at it for OP11. Here's a Shanks list. So that was a Shanks list, and here's another Shanks list right here. This is a flagship from 311. Shanks list right here. Let's go ahead and keep on going. But Ice Age was the problem. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Ice Age was the problem. Gecko Boreal was the problem. Rego was the problem. Oh no, it's just motherfuckers just look, people at Bandai said no, Americans, their dollar is worth more than damn near almost everybody in the world. Oh, we're gonna make them buy the new shit. That's the reason why they did those ban lists. It wasn't for balance. They did it to milk us. Duh. Are you guys that stupid? Let's be real. Only higher level thinkers know that. Obviously. Fact, not an opinion. Sorry if it's a bother, but do you have an R-long list? So here's an R-long list. I'm not gonna click. I'll click it for you. I'll click it for y'all. Here's an R-long list. So that was the R-long list. Let's go ahead and continue. Wire flagships worth 3 points. We're not going to go over points. Crazy amount of work. Thank you so much. May I ask for the Belly list? If you guys want a Belly list. Look, I was originally going to go to One Piece top decks to show you the deck list. But since this guy's showing all the deck lists, I think we're just going to look at all of them right here. So this is the Belly deck list if you guys do want to play Belly. There you go. Look, I'm not really going over a lot of these decks because a lot of these decks I've just been going over are quite honestly the same. Here's another Belly list if you guys want to see. I'm not going to click it because you guys should be able to. I'll click it. I'll click it for the gang. I'll click it for the gang. Here is the deck list. Everything kind of looks standard. I mean, this deck is pretty much figured out at this point. But let's go ahead and continue. Here's another Belly list. Appreciate what you do, fam. Do you think you could share the chopper list? Like I tried finding the chopper list, couldn't find it. Hopefully when we go to One Piece top decks, we go over some of these decks, we can find it. Let's just go ahead and keep on reading a couple more. I'm just happy Arlong isn't in the dead bottom, though I wish Bandai would just give us more Trigger Fishmen just to go with the theme. Got any Yuji Rosante? There's one thing I actually wanted to look at. It says, thank God the recent ban list will prevent this. That's what I'm saying. This ban list was a joke. This ban list was a joke, gang. This ban list was definitely a joke. We're not gonna go over anything else. Let's go ahead and go straight over to One Piece top decks. But just to keep it a stack of y'all, this ban list did nothing for the East. This ban list we got was directly for us to get off all the black decks and BY Luffy to buy the new products. Because we are currently in a tier 0 format. We need an emergency ban list. I'm calling it right now. We need an emergency ban list with shit like this. Let's go ahead and get to all the deck lists. So we are back at One Piece top decks with all the latest deck information. We have all these tabs. I'm only going to show one version of each deck. If I was to go over every single deck that has been topping over the past 2 weeks, we'll probably be here for 2 hours. And look, I'm not fucking doing it. I'm sorry. Y'all could just go on the website yourself and look at it. But for right now, we have the Marco. Marco is officially the 8th best deck in the OP11 format. And I'm actually really crazy. Marco, if you guys don't know what it does come from OP08. And I've always said this deck is real shite. This is actually one of my favorite non-yellow decks just in the wild, and it also gets a boost up with the brand new structure deck getting ready to come out with Ace and Whitebeard. So this is definitely something that this deck is really going to shine when that, you know, that support really does come. He is actually running the 7-drop Ace. Just give up to 2 of your opponent's characters negative 3,000 power, and it also has Rush, very crazy. Some board removal for this Edward Newgate, can't go wrong. But besides that, you run into Silver's Rowley, the 2020 Chopper, everything almost kind of looks the same. He is actually going off with the Ivankov tech. I feel like the West developed this tech because before, you know, Marcos were even really topping, I'd never seen the East really use this card until people over here in the West started using it. So I feel like the West started this Ivankov. He's really abusing its effect, as you guys can see on the screen. The Sanji, just to be able to go into Edward Newgate, you know, the Silver's Rally. This is the thing, if you're playing a blue deck, why won't you play probably the most craziest blue card in the game? And also with this Nami just being able to reorder the top of your life at every time you summon it with a 6k body blocker, and also running 4 of the Divine Departure, just being able to KO anything with 8,000 power or less, and then a trigger out of the hand with the cost of 1 done. If you guys do want to use this deck, I've always said this will be a great deck, but I feel like out of all the decks coming out, I feel like this particular deck is going to shine just because it is getting more Whitebeard support with the brand new blue structure deck coming out. So definitely shines. If you guys are a Marco fan, this is, look, you guys are eating. It's been about this time where you guys stood up, I'm sorry. We're gonna go over blue purple Luffy. I'm just playing. We're not really gonna go over this deck because I've gone all over this deck so many times. This leader is just so broken. This is the deck with 500 points. This is the deck that, I mean, what's the point bringing any other deck if this is a tier 0 format, right? This is literally controlling the meta, and everything kind of looks the same. Running the Charlotte Linen for some life replenishment, also with the combo with the Sanji, and also with the Charlotte Katakuri being able to restand the Charlotte Linen after attacks, ending games off with the Monkey D. Luffy. Getting rid of pesky ass blockers with the Usopp right here. He's also running this combo piece as a tech, as a one-up for the Sanji combo, and everything else kind of even looks the same. They're even running this event to be able to ramp even faster. This is another one of those newer techs that, you know, this deck is really starting to run to really ramp this deck even faster to be able to get its leader effect as soon as possible. Okay, so that was the latest tech that I've been seeing ran. This guy is also running this 2020 chopper. I think this is just solely for a 2K, and that's really about it. But besides that, gang, this is the best deck. Also running the pudding. He's only running one pudding. Honestly, I would really take out the Draco Mihawk and run 2 pudding. You can never go wrong with the pudding. Outside of that, this deck is tier 0. It just definitely needs to get hit. Let's go ahead and look at another deck list. We have the Zoro, and like I said about the UP Luffy, Zoro has always been figured out. It's the animal package. I mean, there's really no reason to go over it. I mean, your bread and butter is really, you know, this particular card from EB02 with the support. From EB01 is this particular Todi Chopper. Cleaning out games. I wouldn't say cleaning out games, but applying pressure with this particular Zoro 3-drop rush. Very blanket staple shiest ass card. And this is another staple in the deck right here. It's from OP08. If you guys did not pick up your animal package type of cards, I hate to say it, but this particular deck is looking around $300-400 deck at this point, depending on what rarity you want. You also are running all of the animal package. This is literally a cookie cutter type of deck. The only new card is from EB02, which is this particular card. Outside of that, it's just the same Zoro shenanigans, running the Monkey D. Luffy at 4. Instead of the Diablo Jambi, he is actually going out with the Sanji, just because you could actually put this on this particular character with a non-blocker, so nothing can be blocked. Also having this Gum Mold. This thing can suck my balls. Quite honestly, I hate this card if I don't have my Sabo out on board, but nonetheless a very good card, a staple. And also having the Shut Up and Come With Me, being able to cheat out all your Animal Kingdom monsters. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I feel bad for all our Zoro fans. If you are a Zoro fan, y'all only got like 11 months left, or 12 months left. Hopefully block, like I said earlier, I'm gonna mention this every single one of our videos. If you guys have not done it already and you guys still want to play your Zoro, go on the official Bandai website for the card game. They have an inquiries little tab all the way at the bottom where you can email them. If you guys do want to still use your leader by next year past April, we need to find a way to reverse this block rotation bullshit, okay? Fact, not an opinion. I'm gonna say it in every single one of my videos. I really am. Because this has to be the most dumbest thing ever. And I mean, look, I'm gonna be real with y'all. None of these other ball lickers are gonna say anything, right? Fuck no. Monkey D. Luffy, green, purple. This is the second best deck in the format. And like I said about UP purple Luffy, or blue purple Luffy, I'm sorry, this deck is pretty much figured out. The staple glue of this deck is this Sanji and pudding. You have this on the board. You allow them to stack this on the board. There's absolutely no way you're coming back from this. Fact, not opinion. Definitely shiesty as alternate art as well. Being able to close out game, applying pressure with this Monkey D. Luffy right here is actually really brazy as well. Outside of that, I mean, he's actually running the Luffy Taro, the Luffy Taro combo with the Luffy Taro going into this. Just anything that is a 5 or less. So you can go out to anything about 5 or less. So you go out into the Sanji pudding. This right here. I remember some corny ass motherfuckers in the street just saying, oh, they don't run this. Well, I mean, it looks like they are running this. So once again, motherfuckers don't know what they're talking about. Let's go ahead and keep on going. Going Mary, Gum Giant. Electro Luna is actually opting out for Electro Luna. I've seen some particular deck lists out there, not even think about running this card, but quite honestly, why wouldn't you run this? All opponents, rested characters will cost 7 or less, won't be able to be active in the refresh phase. I don't know. This card's kind of shy. 7 or less. That's damn near look, that's pretty much the whole entire damn game. Only deck this doesn't really work against is blue purple Luffy, but let's be real, nothing works against that deck. Obviously that's the reason why it's a tier 0 format. But Monkey D Luffy, purple, green, purple Luffy, second best deck, and there's a reason why behind it as well. Blackbeard, I'm gonna be real with y'all, he's actually running this card. I have never seen anybody run this card, but it's a crazy ass card. Activate main once per turn if your leader has the Blackbeard Pirates type. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, this character gains double attack, banish, or blocker. So the utility out of this card is actually insane, sitting on an extra counter from hand. But outside of that, this is Blackbeard doing Blackbeard things. The only thing that's different is this Caribou just being able to be a 1-drop 2K blocker. On play is disregarded, but you do have this blocker effect at a 2K counter. Very shice. Outside of that, this is the same exact deck that we're playing in OP10 right now. Only thing that's different is this. And another thing as well, this finger gun is like damn near $12. Actually insane. Outside of that, Blackbeard doing Blackbeard things. Third best deck of OP11 format. So for our next deck, we do have a brand new aggro deck coming out and breaking out of the scene is this Monkey D Luffy. I actually made a video, how to beat video on this leader. If you guys do want to see how to really just put this deck in a pack, just go ahead and tap in. Definitely life-changing video right there. But nonetheless, this is just another aggro red typical type of deck. He is actually running the Monkey D Luffy, just being able to have a character with rush on summon and add an AK where you can't block. Very crazy in my personal opinion, having the Rono or Zoro. He actually has this Sanji here. This character gains rush to Dawn. This whole entire deck is probably one of the most craziest, fastest aggro decks in the game. It's just, like I said, it's undiscovered. Not a lot of people really know about it. They'd rather opt out for Zoro or Bello Betty, but this is just as good in my personal opinion. Ending off games with the Monkey D Dragon, but should I say ending off games or applying pressure, because we actually have a card in here in Goldie Roger, which actually truly does in the game. If you are at 0, if your opponent's at 0, very shice. And this is also a crazy deck too, because a lot of people that run this deck don't run this particular card, so very crazy in my personal opinion. Sanji, if you guys are wondering why the regular version of this card is $13, is because since block rotation was announced, nobody's buying ults, which is going to drive the prices of these regular SRs way higher. This card right now is a $12 card. It's not going to go down, and it's also short printed from what I've seen. So if you guys have not picked up this card already for OP10, pick this up right now. This is short printed, and since block bullshit has been introduced, all these SR cheaper versions like you see right here are all gonna go up. It's all gonna go up because nobody wants to buy the old tarts anymore. Outside of that, he is also running the staple glue of this deck with this Royal Nor Zero Straw Hat. Play a red character with 5,000 power original power or less from your hand. Very crazy. He's also running the Radical Beam, Kick Course, and also Gum Gum Mole. If you guys do want to have a different take on aggro, this Luffy leader is a really great addition to the arsenal of red decks we have in the meta. Okay, so next deck we have right here is Red Purple Kid. I'm gonna be real with y'all. This is pretty much all the best blue. I'm sorry. I'm so used to talking about blue purple Luffy. All the red and purple good cards. That's pretty much me. You got the Silver's Rally, you got the Kid, you have the Popping Shanks, you have the Dragon to end off games, you have the Tomo for some cost or power reduction. Sorry, Bond Clay. I mean, this is literally just a deck of good purple and red cards, and that's really about it. He's actually opting off of the Searcher. I've noticed a lot of these decks don't run these Searchers anymore. I guess people are starting to realize that a 2-Dawn Searcher is pretty much useless. I mean, that's what it really does seem like. I don't see any decks running these Searchers except for, you know, quite possibly this deck. He's actually running 4 of them. I don't know why he's running 2 different characters, but it doesn't really matter. Gum Gum, Jet Gatling, Hell's Judgment. Look, like I said, this is just a deck full of good purple and red cards. There's really no identity behind this. Let's set that. And if you're a red purple Kid fan, go ahead and go crazy. You know what I mean? Next deck we have right here is an ad on my screen that's going to be brought down. I'm sorry. The next deck we have on the screen is R Green Smoker. I talked a lot about R Green Smoker already in OP10, EBO2, and OP11. So with that being said, I'm not really going to break down anything too much from this deck. We're just going to look at it. The main card that I want to see that they are using for OP11 is this Peacock. We talked about this is a Searcher, and you may trash this character up to one of your opponent's characters plus 1,000 power of this turn. So this is really the only boost it really gets from OP11. But besides that, this deck is really crazy. Deck has a huge skill ceiling behind it as well. Just being able to abuse a Smoker and the Shigi. Very crazy, ending off games with the Hody Jones. And if you're actually in a tight spot, this card really plays the green game perfectly. I know some pussy ass motherfuckers gonna be talking about some, oh my god, we need to ban kid. Well, this is such a problem now. Shut your bitch ass up. It's always the corny ass motherfuckers in the corner playing the table 600 deck complaining about the next card being banned. I tell you can't make none of this shit up. You definitely can't. Gum, Mole Gun, Honesty Impact, and you also playing You Could Be My Samurai, just getting some blanket draws. This is the smoker deck that did top. He went 4-0 at a flagship. Congratulations to you, Eli, or EI, and let's go ahead and keep on going. Next deck we got right here is Bonnie. So Bonnie, just like Smoker, a lot of these cards are the same. We're not going to go over it too much, but he is running the kid. Why wouldn't you? You're running green. He's actually running the Zoro. Huge fan of the Bonnie players really going hyper aggro with the green. I mean, look, would you rather sit up there and build a 4, or would you rather be on some 300 shit, beat your chest, slay the opponent, and then go home with a bitch? Let's be real. That's the reason why this man's running Zoro. He's trying to do all of the above and some, you know what I mean? Ending off the game, the Hody Jones Cavendish ran at 4. This card's gone up. If you haven't picked it up, then you got goobed. I told you to pick it up at 15, 20, but motherfuckers don't listen to the GOAT. You get what I'm saying? Carrot, of course, a staple green card. If you're playing green, why not play it? He's running the Uraj, and besides that, this actually looks like this is a OP10 deck. This is OP10 deck. If you guys want to play this OP10, y'all can play this OP10. And Body's like the 7th best deck, I think. Body's the 7th best deck. So if you guys are a Body fan, you can actually play this right now. Pause the video and copy that damn list. Next deck we going over is Katakuri. I'm gonna be real with y'all, we spent a lot of time with Katakuri as well. If you guys don't know what it does, pretty much it's some future observation hockey going on with the leader. Very crazy. I feel like you need to be a very skilled pilot to be able to play this deck properly as well. You just can't pick this up. Look, you really got to know what the fuck you're doing. But the major gist of this deck is really abusing this pudding, bringing out this Katakuri, and restanding this big mom right here. As you guys can see, got a lot going on. I'm not reading because I've read this probably like 6 or 7 times already. So pause it, blink a couple times, wipe your nose from all the fucking snot coming out your mouth from reading it. And yeah, that's the reason why. But the main staple and glue out of this deck has to be the Charlotte Parasparrow. If you guys are playing this deck, this is literally Sanji, you know, from Green Purple Luffy, how Sanji's pretty much the staple glue out of the deck. This is the staple out of this deck. You always want to try to have this out in the field as soon as possible. And yeah, if you have like 2 or 3s out in the field and you bring this out and also Charlotte Linlin, you pretty much put the opponent in a pack. Okay, so we have the hockey right here. We have we're the one that's going to claim the One Piece, and also this card right here. I've actually never even seen this card before. Let's go ahead and read. It's actually a 2K 3-drop, 3,000 power. Activate main once per turn. Don you have 1. You may rest his character. Declare a cost of your choice and reveal 1 card from the top of your opponent's deck. If the reveal card has the same cost as the declare clause, rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost 4 or less. So this looks like it's really good in the Blackbeard matchup, and it allows you to really pretty much rest anything but 4 as long as you're really abusing the leader ability properly. Okay, so how many is he actually running of this? He's actually running 4, so this is actually a staple of this card now. So very crazy list. Never seen that card before, but if you're a Purple Katakuri fan, make sure you pick it up. The next deck I'm actually surprised it's not doing better than what it is this particular card. It is the blue yellow Nami. I remember everybody was saying this is going to be the best deck, most cracked deck, tier 0, and this is why you don't always listen to people in the streets. Like I said, when it comes to these brand new OP11 leaders, I told everybody from the get-go, I don't want to hear anything that's good or bad till I see results. And Nami low-key's been shit in the bed. I thought it was going to be at least the 3rd or 4th deck. This shit is like the 9th best deck from the stats we looked at. But when we just look at the whole entire deck as a whole, it's running the Hiyori. It actually cut the Flampy completely. He's actually running 4 of the Charlotte Linen. So you guys have not picked this up. Make sure you pick this up sooner rather than later, because this is from a structured deck, and I do not think this is getting a reprint. Another card that we do have right here is the 4 Zeus. This is the ugly version of the Zeus, but this is the staple, having a blanket board removal of 5 or less. Very crazy. It seems like this particular build is going with the life burn. That's the reason why he's also opting out for the 4 uses Captain Kid. This deck is really going for the life burn. There's a couple builds you guys can really play with this particular leader, but it seems like the life build one is definitely the way to go. 4 puddings to really fuck up the B or the UP Luffy's hand, because they do get a lot of cards from the leader ability once their leader effect starts proccing off. He's also running the 10-drop Kaido. Return one character with a cost 8 or less and up to one character with a 3 or less to the owner's hand. Some board removal with a big body. Very brazy in my personal opinion. The Jozu at 4. Monkey D. Luffy. This is for your Blackbeard matchup. Blackbeard folds to this card. If you guys are wondering why he's running this, this is for the Blackbeard matchup. The 4 Marshall D. Teach. The 3 Gum Red Huck. I'm sorry. I already went over this card before. Go ahead and read it because I'm not reading again. And also 3 Red Rocks. You know what's kind of crazy is how Blue can literally search this out. What is it? The UP Luffy can search this out. And it also bottom decks, and this wasn't banned, but Raygo's banned. Actually, it's safe. Speaking of a Raygo ban, I don't see Raygo in here, number 1, and also, I also don't see an L. Where's an L? Do we even have an L on here? We don't even have an L on here. So that whole reasoning saying, oh, well, an L is kind of a powerhouse was bullshit. It was just there to sell you the new sets, okay? They don't want you playing an L, they want you playing Kid because that's what just came out. The next deck we have right here is Purple Luffy Ploofy. I'm gonna just keep it a stack of you guys. If you guys are playing this in fucking OP11, you guys are crazy as hell with all these other good purple decks out there. To be honest with you, we're not gonna go over it. The staple glue of this deck is this Sanguro. If you allow this to be on board 3 or 4 turns, you're probably gonna lose just because every turn, they're pretty much you're gonna be getting a draw. The Luffy Taro combo going into the Sangaro, going into the Sanji, and also running this Katakuri as well. Very crazy. Seems like this is a staple purple card among all purple decks. Fact, not an opinion. And outside of that, I really don't see anything else being ran that's kind of different. He is also running the Gamma Knife. That's not new. I see some people run this Ragnarok as well. That's not new. This deck is pretty much figured out. And I think, quite honestly, you could play this right now. Oh, no, you can't because this isn't out yet. But outside of this card, look, Poofy's still showing up. If you don't brick, you get what I'm saying? So the next deck we're gonna go over is this Jinbei. If you guys don't know what it does, go ahead and read that for me. Pause it real quick, read it, because I don't feel like reading it right now. I've been sitting here for 30 minutes and I'm about to be taxed out, okay? He's also running the 4 Roanoa Zoro, being able to clean out games. I feel like this card is... Wait until a leader actually comes out that really abuses this card. I don't know what that entails, but I feel like a leader is really just gonna break this card, to be honest. It's just so good, just so base. Ending off games with the Hody Jones, very shice. The main staple and glue of this particular deck is this Jinbei. On play if your leader has a Fishman or Merfolk type, rest up to 1 opponent's character with a cost 5 or less. Activate main once per turn. Up to 1 of your Fishman or Merfolk characters can attack characters in the same turn they are played. So this pretty much has a built-in rush on top of just really abusing this leader ability. Really crazy in my personal opinion. He's actually running this Surmeme. I have never seen this before. It's a 2000 counter. How many is he running of this? He's running 4 of this. So this is actually a staple. Because somebody tell me why they're running this. If you guys been playing this, let me know below why they're running 4 of this. I would really love to know. This is the first time I actually ever seen that card in that deck. He's running 2 Birdie, 2 Gum Elephant Gatling. Pretty much you may rest 1 of your Dons, rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost 5 or less. Up to 1 of your leaders get a plus. Up to 1 of your leaders gets a plus 3000 power during this battle. Very crazy for some protection and just to rest any problematic card. Sitting at a 1 power as well. Very crazy. And the last card we have right here is the Vega Bound Drill. So if you guys are a Jinbei fan, go ahead and copy this list. I don't really see this deck really doing too much, but if you guys like running green a little bit, something different. So the next thing we're gonna go over is Lemonade Kid. I refuse to call this Piss Kid. That is an insult to the YGOD community, and I will not be saying that from my mouth any longer. Lemonade Kid it is. We're running the 4 Satori for some 2Ks and some trigger happy cards. Ace, I feel like it's going to get reprinted, so do not try to pick this up, but this does end out games and just having some life replenished as well. And also just being able to add some pressure. He's also running the Nico Robin, the Cavendish, the Nami. This is pretty much a standard Eustace Kid type of deck. Basil Hawkins to remove a life, Eustace Captain Kid to burn a life, Trafalgar D Law to be able to replenish some life as well. The only new card from this particular deck is this Capone Beige. This is the real only boost this deck really did get. But outside of that, I'm not sure how this deck is really going to be, just because it does not have Raygo anymore. So I'm not sure. A lot of people are asking, what do you replace Raygo with? You don't, because there's no other card that replaces Raygo in yellow. Unfortunately, there's nothing out there. Anything that has to do with removal is usually a 5 cost less. We don't have anything that removes everything on the body, so it's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So that's the Kid deck. Last deck, we're gonna go over this Hody Jones deck. I'm surprised. I don't even know what this leader does. Let's go ahead and read it. You may rest this leader. Rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters that costs 3 or less, or one of their Dawn. Then during this turn, you cannot add life cards to the hand through your own effects. So I'm not sure. People always meme this deck. I actually have no clue how this deck even works. But I'm gonna just be real with y'all. I'm just gonna be clicking some cards. I'm not gonna read any of these. I feel like this is just some fucking troll ass deck. He run an SB. I don't even know what this is, but this looks like a crazy ass deck. I don't even know what this deck does. I'm not going over all these cards, but if you guys do want to play it, here is the deck list for the Hody Jones. I'm not going over it because we've been sitting here for 40 minutes recording time. It's time for me to edit this. And yeah, that is pretty much the meta report. In short, the ban list was for the West to buy product, and UP Luffy is spinning the block with everybody's hoe right now. That's pretty much the ending answer we have right here. That ban list did nothing for us, but pushed us to buy new product. If they really cared about balance, they wouldn't be in the tier 0 format. Absolutely insane. That's all I got. Tell me below what you guys think of blue, purple Luffy spinning the block and being a tier 0 format over there in the East. And one more thing, do you think this deck should be banned before we get this? Honestly speaking, I'm not trying to play in this shit. I think it might be time for an emergency ban list. Okay, emergency ban list, because that's how bad it is. But yeah, that's all I got. But look, before I go, if you was feeling the vibes, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll go.